meeting. There we go. Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting to order of the Town of Kansas Activities Advisory Committee. Welcome, everyone. So the first item we're going to talk about is Community Day. And Community Day is going to be a great day for everyone in McCandless. It's on September 10th this year. From 2 until 6 o'clock, we have the Frank Farina Foundation Car Cruise. At 4 o'clock, we're going to have a DJ. 4:30, we have Michelle's Dancers. And 5:30, the DJ will be going at it again. And then the big highlight of the night is Chris Jameson is going to be on from 6 till 7:30. We have the Allegheny Brass Band and our world famous fireworks coming at about 7:45, 7:50. We'll have the fireworks, and everybody always loves those. Somewhere, 7:45 to 8 o'clock. We've all kinds of activities. We've got a train for all the kids, a whip, a super slide, the moon bounce, mini basketball hoops, rock and roll ride, a duck pond, carnival games, skee-ball, face painters from 4:15 to 7:15, and the balloon artists from 4 to 7. The National Guard is generous enough to bring us a rock wall, so that's going to be fun for a lot of people to try. Northland Library is doing a story time activity. We want to thank them for always being great community members. We have a juggler, Anthony Casieto,
Believe so.
from 5 till 7. And we're going to have Lowe's is providing activity for children. Of course, the Heritage Center will be up and running for people. So we have, I believe, 5 dinner vendors and coffee vendor. So that's going to be really nice for the community to be able to really spend the night out and enjoy dinner out, have your kids go on some rides, do the rock wall, enjoy the music and the fireworks. So September 10th.
We have a couple things we need to just touch on. We had talked about doing a theme on the t-shirts. And Sandy came up with another possibility for y'all to kind of consider. It's unity in our community.
Ooh, nice.
I like that.
We thought about a green, like that pretty mint Kelly green shirt with white lettering. Jerry's requested the pocket. So if you guys are in agreement with that, we would push that forward and order the t-shirts.
We can't vote, but
No,
I will
you're
say
right.
I love that idea, and we need to make that decision sooner than later.
Yes,
So I would say, let's go with that.
we thought maybe
If-
some like grasping hands with
Yeah,
real quick kind of thing. Okay, so we'll proceed with that.
I love that.
Sandy came up with that.
Unfortunately, we can't vote. We'll just have to say that we have to move forward because September 10th is around the corner, and we don't have a forum to vote this.
That's fine. And then we weren't sure if we had volunteers lined up for tomorrow night and for Community Day.
There are some volunteers for sure for tomorrow. I know that lovely Christine will be volunteering. And I believe at our last meeting, 2 other people said that they were volunteering.
And my husband said he's on the personnel board as well. So
We'll be perfect. We're gonna be setting up tomorrow from 4 to 5. But if you can't get there till 5 or a little after because of work, we understand. Just find someone in one of the National Night Out t-shirts when you get there, and they'll find someone that needs a place. So
I know I'm bored on
Thank
that station, but
Thank you for volunteering, and it is always a wonderful night. Okay, so council items, Carolyn.
Hi, guys. So I think the most important update that we would have, what we discussed our last meeting, was the Heritage Center is working on purchasing a tent. It'd be a 20 by 20 tent that they would be looking to share with the town for different events like Community Day and any other like National Night Out. That's kind of a big highlight. Trish, actually, do you know when they might be getting that, or?
She just stepped out for a second.
I would tell you.
Oh, sorry.
Just to put in my 2 cents, so I also am on a committee with the Heritage Center, and I didn't realize the size of it. If I will give a tiny piece of advice, if there's any way anybody would make it a little bit larger, 30 by 20.
Oh, I'm with you, Libby. I agree.
Because 20 by 20 is actually a lot smaller than you realize. You aren't going to be able to fit a lot of, I think the tent they have out there might be around a 20 by 20. That's not very big. If you want to have any kind of, for instance, when we had the golf outing, the tent, we could not fit everything under the tent, and it did, of course, rain. So that's just my personal recommendation. Just in
Okay.
I am no one of importance, but I'm going to give my opinion. If you could get something larger, I think it would really be helpful to the group.
Yeah, that, I mean, it totally makes sense. I'll work on that. We'll see what we can swing, but that sounds good.
Okay, what other items do you have for us? Anything, Carolyn? Anything else?
I guess the next biggest thing is obviously what we're talking about, National Night Out, which is tomorrow night from 6 to 8 at the town hall. That's a big highlight there. That's probably it for right now. We'll see.
Okay. Well, things are always happening in the canvas. Anything new with the fitness court, Deb?
Nothing. Well, yeah, there is something new. I've been in touch with the people at Passavant who originally we connected with, to establish the fitness court. And so I'm going to be meeting with them and see what we can bring together, to have some activities up there. So I'll be reporting back on that. And it's just been really nice. People are getting more aware of the fitness court through our yoga program and our the walks we previously had, and so many people weren't aware of it. And we just have been walking up there after yoga, or even if we don't have time to walk up, we talk about it and point it out. So yeah, that's new. So I'll be working with the Passavant people and see what we can come up with as far as activities. If anybody has any ideas, any brainstorms about it, just shoot them over to me. So that's about it for the fitness court.
Anything new with meeting spaces?
Yeah, I sent you something today because I worked on it just today. So, and I don't expect you to look at it, because it just,
Okay.
but there was an Excel and a spreadsheet that I sent around. I just keep ticking it off, and I sent it to John too. So what my thought is, we're all from different wards. And I think my stumbling block is that I'm not familiar with every ward. So if you would explore your ward, I know there's only 3 or 4 of us here tonight, and just take a look at the implementable plan. It's like on page 150, an appendix, community activities, and especially the churches. If you belong to any of the organizations or the churches, that somebody we could approach about what's going on there, that would be helpful. But I'm just plugging away at it, going through the McCandless organizations that were listed in the implementable plan and any others that I can use, and looking. I mean, the library list is really the most comprehensive. It was really well done and in depth. So I sent it to John. Maybe if John and I can work on it a little bit and see what we want to do with it as far as putting what we have on the website at this point. But I would really appreciate if other people would look around their wards, look at the list that I sent you, and then see if there's anything that you can add from your particular area and send that to me. and John, and maybe we can include those. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Nicole's not on.
She actually just
Yeah,
came on.
she just came on.
Nicole, Nicole, anything with Winterfest?
I am going to be meeting with Sandy within the next few weeks. She said in August, and we're gonna just touch base on what has already been done and what I need to go forward with. I have heard from the Boy Scouts that they would like to come back, and so they are going to come. Yeah, they're gonna do the Derby again and have a meeting, and then if we're going ahead with the trees, decorate a tree. And we'll know more after I talk to Sandy. So I feel like we're in pretty good shape.
Yep,
As soon as you can, we need to, when you talk to Sandy, can you make sure you set kind of like a deadline for how many trees we're gonna need?
Yeah.
So for people to sign up for trees, we'll need to get those ordered probably in October in order to get them in time.
Okay.
okay. Anything new with Yoga with Carolyn?
Yeah, it should just be listed really as community yoga. Carolyn will be continuing with us, but just in case we do have other teachers. She was not able to, she was on vacation, so we had yoga with Alice. Alice Rumberger was our teacher not last week, but the week before, and she'll be subbing again, I think on the 13th or somewhere around there. So yeah, it's continuing to draw a little less than a dozen people, 10 usually, and people are really enjoying it. I would just add, I've been trying to ask people where they heard about the program, and it's either usually word of mouth or Savvy Citizen. And John, I've been working with John a little bit, and he's seeing if he could get some signs that we could post, sort of like we had for the treasures in the trunk or something like that. So just keep spreading the word. And I see Mary's on here tonight, Mary Bates. She's been attending almost all of our sessions. And we're also looking for somewhere to hold yoga when the weather turns, so we can go inside. And we were looking, I did talk to Abby, right, from the Heritage Center, and she has some ideas that perhaps we can use the Heritage Center. But on September 10th, I'm assuming that we won't be able to have yoga right at Devlin that day. I think it'll just be a little too busy. And any thoughts on that, Tricia?
No, if we're not starting here until 4, that section of the area will be set aside for them to set up the sound system. I don't think he'll probably set up before noon.
Oh,
So,
okay, great.
I think for right now, until someone tells me otherwise, I would plan on it. And just as an FYI, I took down the most recent sign because it was waterlogged. So it's in my office.
You found what? I missed that.
I took down the most recent sign because it got really
Oh,
waterlogged.
right. I saw that. I figured that. I went to get it and it was gone. I'm like, well, somebody took it. That's okay. Because, it was just homemade. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, because those little, it's nice to have those little sign holders.
So telescope night, we can't do anything until, he'll pick in September is when he'll be picking what night that is. So we'll know, and I know that Christine's going to be a big help with that too.
With what? I missed that. I'm sorry.
Telescope.
Oh, telescope night. Oh, we're done with yoga. Yeah. So September 10th is a go. Thank you very much for that. Just keep that in mind for yoga. And then,
September 10th is community day.
Right. But we can have the yoga in the morning. So that's great.
National Night Out.
The National Night Out is tomorrow night from 5 to 8. We will have EMS, all 3 fire companies, and town police, as well as the Red Cross here, as well as some other community partners. There will be, of course, a joy demonstration at some point. There'll be Battle of the Barrel. I think is what it's called. With the fire departments.
Yeah.
There'll be free hot dogs, but there will also be 2 additional food trucks for those that don't like hot dogs. And we'll have a bunch of activities throughout the night, but come on out and support your local public safety.
What's the dress supposed to be like for it?
Casual.
Just
Very
casual.
Very casual.
Okay.
The children are recommended to dress up like their favorite, well, superhero, whether it be fireman,
Or
Yeah.
or
like
police,
a fireman
or
or policeman is what.
EMS.
Yeah.
So there's that, we had an employee, she's now an employee, she wasn't last year, but her son dressed up like a police officer and he was very, very adorable for it, so he's in our advertising for this
Oh,
year.
good.
so-
Yeah, I think the kids, I mean, they don't have to dress up, but some dress up as some sort of first responder. or
Yes.
something. So it's whatever, but nobody should feel like they need to get any kind of costume, come with what you have. too,
Come and meet
but
your-
it's-
Public safety.
It'll be
officials.
nice.
Adults can dress up too.
I don't see why not. I don't see why not. Texas Roadhouse will be here with
Ah.
giveaways, community outreach. I think Fish Commission, Game Commission's gonna be here. So it's community partners with public safety.
Nice. The Heritage Center, I know that they've been doing a lot of work. And as Carolyn mentioned, they'll be getting a tent and putting on more things just to make people aware, and it's just a great center, so. I
Is
don't
Abby
believe
on?
she's on here.
Mm-mm.
It's Carolyn, yeah. Okay, is there anyone from the public who would like to make a comment? Which basically, oh, no,
Mary?
she's left too. Nope, not on me.
Uh,
Okay.
Mary said she couldn't hear, so I think she left. She was having trouble with the audio. Do we have a closed caption on on Zoom? Is that available in the future, maybe?
Yeah, I can look into that. I'm not sure if it is, but I will get back to you. And look in-
Okay, yeah, maybe we should do that for the future. And I was wondering too, Sydney, do we have a drive of any kind for the town? I mean, on the computer, like where we can save documents that people can look at? Like a Google Drive thing, you know?
We have a cloud that we upload to. As far as like a shared drive, I don't believe so, because you would have to gain access to it. Like only admin and people who work at the town have access. But
Uh-huh.
that's not a bad idea to maybe look into something maybe along the lines of
Yeah.
like Google Docs.
I'll let us just adjourn the meeting and then you can talk.
Oh, I thought this was like new business. I'm sorry. This is like a new business thing.
Public comment and then we should adjourn. So, okay, we can adjourn. And then you guys can talk. about that.